kind of trickle in. I just wanted to go over some housekeeping items for today. So please send any questions that you might have in through the chat window, and we will get to those at the end. And also, just so you know, we will go ahead and send the recording of this out afterwards, along with a quick survey. All right, so thanks for joining us for our webinar today, which is Supercharged Dynamic Content with the CMS tool. Just some quick introductions. My name is Zoe Salish. I'm the Business Development Manager here at Devs United. And I have presenting with me Augustine Rodriguez. He's the Senior Technical Developer, a Senior Technical Developer who works at Devs and also has really worked hard on this CMS tool. So a little bit about the agenda today. So first, I'll quickly go over who Devs United is as an organization. We'll work on some dynamic content options available in Salesforce Marketing Cloud. We'll go over an example of a client use case. We'll introduce the CMS tool as well as a brief demo. We'll go through a summary of features, and then we'll go through how to get started with the CMS tool. And lastly, we've left a lot of time for some Q&A. All right, so just a little bit about who Devs United is as an organization. We are a gold Salesforce consulting partner specializing within the Marketing Cloud space. So between our offices in Ohio, in Argentina, as well as Chile, we have over 25 Marketing Cloud experts. Each are averaging about 8 or more years within the Marketing Cloud space. We've together done over 50 Marketing Cloud implementations, and we boast a 5 out of 5 customer satisfaction rating. So this is what I like to call our NASCAR slide. It's just to show a highlight of a few of our customers, as you can see. And this is really just to note that we work with a multitude of different industries, but we really specialize within the financial services space, retail, as well as higher education. But we can work within any vertical. We really, our specialty is just Marketing Cloud as well as CRM. And lastly, Devs United is a part of Marcus Thomas. So in 2019, Marcus Thomas acquired Devs United. Marcus Thomas is actually the largest independent full-service ad agency in Ohio. And underneath the MT umbrella, we have 3 different practices. Our media practice, Media Unleashed, and that specializes in programmatic media, media planning, media buying, and then search engine marketing. Next, we have the app development practice, Plus 54, which does custom web development, CMS implementation, and then e-commerce development. And lastly, you have us, Devs United, which is our CRM and marketing automation practice, as well as campaign management. So with that, I'm going to pass it over Augustine to get into some of the CMS content that we want to talk about.
Okay, thank you, Chloe. So let's start talking about what are the options, or what are some options that Marketing Cloud has for to personalize content. So one option is use the dynamic content that Content Builder provide, which is a feature that you can select a content depending on a column that you have on your audience data extension. And depending the value of that column, you will show one content or other. So another option that Marketing Cloud provides is create a content block with some code. Can be AMP script, server-side shell script, or GTL. And in this case, you can improve the other type of content, the dynamic content. And for this option, you can not only use the columns that you have on your Sendal data extension, so you also can use another data extensions that you have in your data model. So let's talk about this use case. Suppose that we have a client that is in this case is the football shop, which is a retailer that sell all the the products, the sports products. And this client has a weekly newsletter where they send a main banner based on a subscriber's favorite team, and then they have a product grid in the email where they want to promote some products for that week that those products also are related with the preferences that the client has on the data model. So this is the use case. This is the data that the client has in Marketing Cloud. They have a central data extension, which is the audience for this case. In this case, we have 2 subscribers, where one of the subscribers has the Atlanta favorite team, and the other one has the LA Galaxy. And then they have a data extension with the products, with the SKU and the image URL and the link URL. So what are the limitations that Marketing Cloud has for this type of use case, where the client needs to send every week the same type of email? The client needs to go every week and create a new email and add the specific products for that current send. Also, the client can configure content to show based on specific dates. Suppose that they want to schedule an email for 2 or for next month. They can't schedule the email right now because they don't know what are the SKUs that they want to show. So that is another limitation. And another limitation that Marketing Cloud has for this type of use case is that the client can show content based on complex business rules with data coming from multiple data extensions. This probably can be achieved with using a content blocks with AMP script or with some type of code, but this can't be achieved by an end user using just a drag and drop feature. So what we have for this type of use case, we have a tool which is the CMS tool. It's an app that allows users to create, schedule, and display content based on a series of business rules defined in a user interface. So what the tool do is when the user create this content in the tool writes a series of content blocks in Salesforce Marketing Cloud, including the corresponding AMP script for this to be displayed or not. So the tool writes the logic with the criteria to show the content. And also, this tool allows the users to set a priority for each content to show or not, as well as a date when the content should be displayed. So suppose that we have the email here, which the newsletter email has some different zones. In this case, has the header, left navigation, and the footer. So the tool at time of send will bring all the rows from that extension that we have, trying to look up by the specific zone, and will filter the rows depending on the date of the send. And then the logic will try to check if the criteria is met or not. So in terms of the configuration, as I mentioned, we have for this use case, we have the newsletter email where we have the banner zone and then the product zone. So inside the email, in the banner zone, in the place where we want to show that main banner, we will put only this AMP script block, AMP script code block. We will set a variable zone name with the name of the zone, and then we will invoke an AMP script content block, which this AMP script content block will have all the logic to determine what schedule and what content should show or not. Same for another zone. This is the first part on the Marketing Cloud side. So in the CMS tool side, we will have this also an instance of an object, of a zone object, which is the banner zone. That object will be related with a content type for the banner, and the content type will have all the fields that we need to personalize. In this case, we also have the image URL of that banner. And then we will have another object, which is the template, where we have the HTML code that we want to render on the time of send, right? And there we will have some sort of wildcard where we will do the replacement when we save the content. And the result of this will be a content block in Marketing Cloud with HTML code, with some AMP script code to determine if the tool should render the content or not. Then with the HTML code with the replacements. So let's see how it looks, the tool. So this is the main screen of the CMS tool, where we will have all the schedules configured. The schedule, sorry, will have a name and a start date time and end date time. Then we'll have the banner, the zone, sorry, and a status of this schedule. And this schedule will have some contents related. Right? So let's go to the edit page. Okay. Suppose that the client needs to configure this newsletter email with the data for December. So the client will set up the dates, the start and end date, and then we'll start adding new contents. So, for example, if the client needs to show a content based on a subscriber that has the Atlanta favorite team, we'll set up the content type, which is the banner. Here we will have the fields related with this content type. So the client will put the URL of the image of that banner, and then we'll have the display conditions to determine if we should show or not this content. So for this case, we'll have the team equals to Atlanta United. This for the banner, but for the products zone, we'll have something similar, with two contents, and we will have the SKUs IDs and the display condition. So if we go to the to Marketing Cloud, we have this email, monthly newsletter, CMS Tool email. And if we look this, we are setting a variable, the team variable, equals to the team subscriber column in this data extension. And then we will have this AMP script code setting the what is the zone that we want to show. So if we do a preview for this, we have selected this the audience data extension, right? So in this case, we select the Atlanta subscriber, and we'll have the result here. So this is the final email, right? But what we have on the content blocks side, for this use case, sorry that I changed, but I want to show this. We have a schedule for products with 2 contents, and for the banner schedule, we also have 2 contents. So in Marketing Cloud, we will have 4 contents that represent the same that we have on the CMS tool. So if, for example, if we see this content, this is a content to show the products grid for all the subscribers that has the team equals to LA Galaxy. So we are doing a lookup to the products data extension by the selected SKU in the tool. So this is the way that the tool works, and is very interesting when for these type of cases, and also for those cases that you need to schedule, or you have a banner in your email that is the content is based on the dates. For example, you want to set up something for Christmas, and you can schedule the content here in the tool. So some features that we saw here is that you can schedule content based on subscriber preferences. Also, you can set priority for each content to show, as well as a date when the content should display. Another feature that the CMS tool has is that you can integrate the tool with external services. Suppose that for this use case that I show, we have the products data extension inside Marketing Cloud, but suppose that all the data related to the product is in an external service. So you can configure that integration and go to that external service and retrieve the product data to show on the content. And another feature is that you can build complex business rules using a simple user interface. So what you need to get started with this tool? The first thing is that you need to identify your recurring use case. So this tool will help you in those cases that you are doing every time the same thing, right? After identify that use case, our team will help you to configure a new dedicated CMS tool instance connected to your Marketing Cloud account. Also, we will configure the templates and content types related to the use case, and we will provide training and the documentation around the tool usage. So the typical implementation timeline for this type of use cases are 2 weeks. So, questions?
All right. Thank you, Augustine. We did get a few questions coming through. One is, I'm assuming it can It can also the alt attribute be edited automatically the same way the image URI is.
Can you repeat the question? Sorry.
Yes. Can the alt attribute be edited automatically the same way the image URI is?
Yeah, yes. The answer is yes. You can personalize that the image URLs.
Okay, and then we got a question about the pricing structure and where it's hosted. I can take this. So the CMS tool is a yearly license, and that includes the implementation fee and configuring one use case, as well as training on how to use it. So we would take care of all the hosting within the pricing. And so I can reach out, or you can reach out to me after this webinar, and we can discuss that further. And then the last question is, can the SKU number come from my external system, like my e-commerce platform?
Yes, that something that I mentioned. We can integrate to external services, and also for the use case that we show, we have that text an input field. But suppose that the tool is integrated with your e-commerce, we can, for example, put a drop down there or an autocomplete to look at the SKUs on the external service.
All right, so that's all the questions we got. If anyone thinks of any additional questions after, please feel free to just reach out to me, and either I can answer it or I can set you up with Augustine. Again, we will go ahead and send this recording out in the next day or two, so look out for that. And thank you all for attending. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much, Augustine.
Thank you.